The 11th annual March to Abolish the Death Penalty drew hundreds to the Capitol this weekend. Exonerees as well as the family members of murder victims were in attendance to protest the capital punishment in Texas. Saturday's rally not only had Texans gathering, but also guests from outside the country. As John Salazar explains, the American death penalty debate reaches well beyond our borders.
Since the Supreme Court reinstated capital punishment in 1976, Texas leads the nation with 464 executed inmates, 17 of those this year alone. Anti-death penalty activists say capital punishment leads to innocent people being put to death. According to government numbers, there have been 140 death row exonerations nationwide. While those at Saturday's rally are demanding the death penalty be abolished, some onlookers have a different opinion.
State of Texas, you can't hide.
We charge you with homicide.
Marching to stop the death penalty in Texas as well as the nation.
Abolition. Now.
Capital punishment protesters say enough is enough.
I don't use necessarily the word punishment, I use the word accountability. And I don't think killing a person makes them accountable. I think murdering for murder is illogical.
Vanslutman is not your typical death penalty protester. Her father was murdered when she was only 16 years old. She traveled all the way from Canada to have her story heard. In her message, accountability does not equate to an eye for an eye.
All the exonerees are very special to me.
Suja Graham was on death row for 3 years before the California Supreme Court overturned his conviction. Speaking to those at the rally, Graham could not hold back his emotion.
There's no state in America execute more people than the state of Texas. I'm here, wounded by the blows of capital punishment, but not slain. And I say to you, Texans, I rise to fight with you.
The death penalty got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
Some watching the march go by agree with the right to protest.
Everybody should be able to protest. If they believe in what they believe in, that's fine, not a problem at all.
This woman is visiting from England where there is no capital punishment. She would like to see it reinstated in her country.
When they've got the evidence, can't dispute the evidence, it's guilt. And these people go to jail 12, 15 years, they let them out, less sometimes. The families have to live with the fact what they've done to their children or whatever. So yeah, in certain cases, bring it back.
In Texas, it hasn't gone away. The next scheduled execution is about a month from now. For Vanslutman, she has a message for the man that signs the death warrant before any state execution. That job belongs to Governor Rick Perry.
I want him to know that it is not required and that it is not a good thing.
That's simple.
That simple. It is not a good thing.
Just this past Wednesday, Anthony Graves was released from death row after spending 18 years behind bars for a crime he did not commit. Special Prosecutor Kelly Sigler, assigned to reinvestigate the Graves case, described the original prosecution as a criminal justice system's nightmare. John Salazar, News 8 Austin.